Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
I think we can start typing. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll not wait. Right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, my name is Peter Coutinho. I'm a product manager at Paytm Money. Welcome to today's FNOP Charcha, Twitter Spaces. Every Friday, 6 p.m., we do this Twitter Spaces. Today's topic is how to trade futures using small stop loss. This is very interesting topic. Usually, people say like futures is like more risky. Let's understand from Naresh how to trade futures using small stop loss. Naresh is a full-time trader and he has a decades of experience in trading and he trade only in futures. So today we are going to learn future trading from Naresh. Welcome Naresh for today's FNOP Charcha.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, along with me, Manas also here. He's a product manager at Paytm Money. Manas, welcome to today's FNOP Charcha.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
Yeah, all the audience, welcome to today's session. And if you have any questions or queries, please DM me or Manas, or you can put it in the chat. So we will ask those questions to Naresh. Okay. So let's start with the discussion. Naresh, so yeah, we keep this discussion in Hindi and English both. नरेश आपने बहुत सारे मीन्स डिकेड्स ऑफ आपका एक्सपीरियंस है ये ट्रेडिंग जर्नी आपका स्टार्ट कैसा हुआ क्यों आपको लगा कि फ्यूचर्स ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं मुझे लगता है आप फॉरेन में काम कर रहे थे राइट
Yeah.
मेरे एनआरआई राइट
Yeah.
Right.
So namaste to all. Thank you, Peter, Manas, and Harsh for having me. So I'll just let you know what I mean. A little bit about myself because I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan or Mohanlal or Mammootty. So many people might not be knowing me. So I'll just let you know that I'm a full-time trader investor for the last 15 years. Uh, I do scalping, I do intraday, I do swing in futures. I also do delivery trades in cash, cash and I'm also investor. So this is what I do. So my style of trading or investing is bottom picking. When I do this bottom picking, I get trades where my risk is very less. So for investing, I use this weekly and monthly time frames for picking the lows, and the same method I use in 15 minutes and hourly time frames to trade futures. This is what I do. So basically, I am known as a person who catches falling knives. That is my unique skill. That's my unique edge, which I do. I don't do breakout trades. Mostly, you can see traders who do breakout trades. That is from the upper end. If there's a range, when that breaks out, people take the trade. I don't do that. I do the opposite stuff. When it falls and people are ready to, scared to buy, I buy. So this is about myself. Now coming to the question of what Peter asked me, how my trading journey started. It was in around 2007. I was in Bahrain at that time. See, all Malus, all Malayalis, if you meet any Malayalis for that matter, he might be having some relative or he himself would have gone to Gulf. So I am also same kind of Gulf Malayali. So I was in Bahrain for a few years. So this in 2007, there was a private bank over there who had conducted a seminar. So in that seminar, they showed how the terminal helps us buy and sell from our comfort of our homes. During those times, we were not aware, that we thought if you want to trade, you need to have somebody in Bombay Stock Exchange or Cochin Stock Exchange or Madras Stock Exchange. So this was real news for me. And I always had this interest for the markets, but I did not, because I don't have any friends or relatives related with markets. I always found it very tough to, know how to do it, whom to ask, etc. So as usual, I bought this Capital Market and Dalal Street. उनका publication आता था. आने के बाद उसमें कुछ लिखा ये लो वो लो लिखा होता था, ले लेते थे और फिर पैसा डूबता था. So that's what was going on happening. I never made any money during those times. कभी कभी मिला 3,000 4,000 मिला, वो within 2-3 days वापस दे देते थे मार्केट में. So this was going on, and then 2008 I came back to India. So 2008 I came back to India. Reason was that my wife got a job, and then I thought, okay, I'll also come back and I'll get a job here. But unfortunately, I didn't get a job. So so I was again went back to taking tips, कोई भी बोलता था ये ले लो वो ले लेते थे. No margin की चिंता नहीं, there's no lot size का चिंता, no risk reward, nothing. कोई भी बोलता कुछ भी ले लेते थे. And this went on, and one fine morning I lost 40,000 rupees overnight. That is a 2008 recession के time पे. So when I lost this 40,000 rupees, you see, you should understand this is in 2008. You can understand the value of money at that time. So that was a real shock for me. So then I understood that, see, if this goes on, I'll be out of the market. मुझे कुछ मेरा capital wipe out हो जाएगा. So I knew that I am a very conservative trader. I am a very risk averse kind of a trader. So I wanted to make something by which I cannot lose much money, but at the same time I can make money. And that I found that it is only when a stock or security instrument falls, there's a time when you buy, you have less drawdowns or less downside. Margin of safety is high, and you can make money. But the seniors around me told that, see, bhai, don't do this, indulge in this catching falling knives, because that's a very dangerous thing. And not one, not two, many people told me. But the thing is, see, if the same thing was applied to Elon Musk, see, so many rockets were sent, right? And many of them crashed, right? He still sends, but at that time he told, we will send a rocket, we will put the satellite, the rocket will come back, we'll reuse it. That's what he told. So it is not that about what others tell you, it's about what you think you can. So I worked on this, and finally I found out a method by which I could buy this lows. And method is very simple. I have documented it in many places. Even yesterday I tweeted both the links. What I basically do is I check weekly time frame and monthly time frames. So in a weekly time frame, there are a lot of candlesticks, right? Let us say 3 candlesticks are there in a price range. 3 candlestick lows are there. The same same value of values are there in monthly also. Monthly, maybe I see 2 candlesticks where that particular price range is there. That means when monthly when the price has come there, weekly when the price had come there, there was buying interest in that particular band. So this is how I reached a place where I could find the buying interest coming. So anybody for that matter, everybody wants to buy low, right? Because when you buy low, your downside is less, your drawdown is less, your marginal safety is high, and the moment market goes up, you make money. So I developed this system. After I developed my system, I showed my peers. Again, the problem they told me that, see, bhai, it might be working in Nifty, it might be working NSE, it will not work everywhere all the time. So what I did is I went and bought data from esignal.com. I bought data for Dow Jones, I bought data for DAX, for Nikkei. I bought data for Forex, commodity. I bought all those data and I checked the stuff, this particular system for last 10 years. And I found that this particular system is so robust that it works in all time frames and most of the security instruments. So then only I deployed the system. That's why I have so much of trust also in the system. For example, when a stock is falling like 9 pence, I am able to buy that because the trust in the system. So anybody for that matter, you are entering into futures trading, options trading, or investing, you need to have a solid trust in your system. So this is how and this particular system doesn't take care, it takes care only about money. Only price. It doesn't take care of, it doesn't have indicators, it doesn't take care of volume, it doesn't take care of open interest, purely price. So I have named this system as Virgin Price Action, because only Virgin, only price is there. So it's called Virgin Price Action. So this is how it all started many years back. Anyway, as I told you, initial few years, it was very tough, sleepless nights. And I still remember 1 month, end of the month, I made around 3,000 rupees. And I told my wife, see, I made 3,000 rupees after 1 month of trading. My wife looked at me flabbergasted, see, she thought, what is happening, So from that 3,000 rupees after 1 month, you should understand the seriousness of it. So that's how it all started. Today, with God's grace, I am much better, Peter.
That's a nice story, Naresh. Naresh, it's like good, your journey. I enjoyed when you were talking. So you are like an expert in catching falling knife, right? Also, you're a fan of that now. So have you tried this experiment in kitchen when you are cooking or cutting onions? Or this is only applicable for trading? Okay, just for fun. Okay. Yeah. So it's a nice, usually people trade with the breakouts,
Yeah.
right? Even when I started my journey, everyone was saying like trade with the breakouts, you can get good
Yes.
money. Like it can be breakout or breakdown. So we have to wait and we have to. But usually what happened, like when we tried for a breakout buying, then price comes down and hit the stop loss. It many times happens, and then volume and everything comes,
Hmm.
right? So I have a question for you. Uh, which is comes first? Levels come first or volume comes first?
Yeah. See,
What is your
yeah, yeah.
opinion?
See, this is a very unpopular answer that I am going to give you. The reason is that the first thing is that trading or investing is all about what works for you. Okay, what works for you. So you need to find out what works for you and stick to that. Now, as far as I am concerned, as far as my studies have gone, I always find that the levels come first and then the volumes come. People won't agree to this because especially there are a lot of stuff here in the market which talks about volume, so they will never agree to this because they would not want to be told that see volumes come first. No, but the fact is that the levels come first, then there's a consolidation, then once the stock moves up, then only volumes come. You can do one thing, don't know you, trust me, you can take the charts, take a hourly chart, see where the price bounces, and you can see it is not the initially, if it is hourly chart, it's not initially one or two, maybe third or fourth candle only the volumes you can see. Same with daily chart time frame or weekly time frame. So if you look at the volume, it becomes late. So the every tick or every 10 rupees late you are to enter a stock, your profit, your stop losses are increasing. It goes on increasing. That is why I believe in buying at a place where I find that historically there has been a lot of buying interest, and that buying interest is, I find it purely based on prices and candlesticks, and I use only pure raw candlesticks. I don't believe in any of the other bullish candlesticks. I mean, this what do you call the? I mean, there are a lot of candlesticks like Harami candlesticks. There is hammers and other things. I don't do any of those things. This is purely raw candlesticks. Lows that I check in weekly and monthly, and I take it from there. So I believe that levels come first, and then the volumes take it up. For example, see many of the instances. For example, last week, Titan came to a weekly support levels, which I had called around maybe 15 days back. So see, in this mayhem, also I don't get judged by anything. I When I look at Titan charts, it is just Titan charts. So Titan, I identified this particular levels around 2 weeks back. Now this whole market has gone through this mayhem. Titan also posted not a good result. It missed on many of those parameters, but still today it's around 6% up. The reason is that again purely price action. Where last time the interest had come, same when I had checked that, and then I have arrived at the support levels. So every stock has it got its own behaviors, so you just have to try to listen to that particular stock what it's trying to say. So in Titan's case also same thing happened. So I believe that levels come first and then volumes come first. For saying this, I've been trolled enough, and I don't know what is the repercussion of this also on Twitter in the coming days, but that's fine. You need to always tell the truth, Peter.
Yes. So before Manas, we are going for the next question. I just give some information to the users, like all the speakers. The Naresh is like he stated like catching the falling knife, right? तो इसके बारे में फॉलिंग लाइफ को पकड़ता है और उस पे पैसा कमाता है, राइट? मींस मार्केट इज गोइंग डाउन एंड बाइंग द स्टॉक. सो इसको एज ए वर्ड बाय वर्ड मत ले लो आप. देयर इज समथिंग, सम एज इज देयर विद नरेश. ही विल गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन दैट. विल अंडरस्टैंड. ऐसा नहीं कि नीचे गिर रहा है तो बाई करना है, अदानी गिर रहा है तो अदानी को बाई करना है, ऐसा नहीं करना है. दैट इज नॉट द लाइक statement by Naresh. There is some strategy how to buy with the falling knife. Means there are some, you are buying at a lower level, so you can keep the small stop loss and you can exit early. नहीं तो क्या होता है, यू हैव टू कीप द बड़ा स्टॉप लॉस आपको रखना पड़ता है कि आपको ब्रेकआउट से कर रहा है तो नीचे उसका सपोर्ट कहाँ था, उधर ब्रेकआउट मींस आपको स्टॉप लॉस रखना पड़ता है. इन दिस केस ही सेइंग लाइक some stocks are break down होता है नहीं तो break up होता है. So I will take that trade with a small stop loss. There is some opportunity. ऐसा नहीं कि एक free fall हो रहा है तो directly जाके buy नहीं करना है. That is not the message he's giving. So let's understand from Naresh about this, how to buy falling stocks and make some small money, or with the small stop loss we can make a good money. Go ahead, Manas. You have a question.
Yeah. So, before beginning that, so I had one question, Naresh, ki, like you trade mostly in futures. So, like, why did you choose to be a futures trader and like you trade in options as well? Like, why you didn't go to selling options or like buying or maybe buying options?
Yeah. Thanks, Manas. So, see, in futures, what happens is you just need to get one single parameter right. That is direction. Let us say you buy a stock at 1,000 rupees, ठीक है, 990 पे stop loss लगा दिया. If you can get from 1,000 the stock to go up, everything is profit for you. So it is, you just have to get direction right. But when you're doing optional trades, you need to get three things, One is you need to get the direction, you need to get momentum. ये अगर पैसा बढ़ रहा है तो it's not that आज 2 रुपए बढ़ गया फिर 3 रुपए बढ़ गया, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. You have to get the momentum right. Number 3, you need to get time also right, because every single day passes by, your option value decreases. So, but in futures, if I buy a stock today, even if it doesn't move for 1 week also, if it moves next Monday also, I'll make money. So I just need to get my stop loss constant. I just hold with my constant stop loss with patience. I can make money in futures. Number 1. Number 2, when let us say Reliance is going 10 rupees. Okay. Futures is going 10 rupees. It's, let us say it's lot size is 250 rupees, 10 rupees, 2,500 rupees बन गया आपका, 10 रुपए गया तो. लेकिन when you do the same thing at the money options, it will go maybe 2 rupees, 2.5 rupees, which you feel like it's peanuts. You understand what I'm telling? So options usually move 1/3 of the futures price. Okay, so in futures में आपको 10-20 रुपया जल्दी कमा के you can come out and that looks good. But in options, the problem is it's very difficult to make money because of this single reason. That's why you have more of option sellers in the market rather than option buyers. And this is the very reason why, see, because you take random charts. Okay, the problem, what happens with people is that you go and check some charts and you see that, okay, market बढ़ गया ऊपर, I mean the stock has gone up, and you go and check the उसका price कितना था, oh यहाँ से यहाँ तक गया. See, you don't understand that's a random case. You should understand that. People don't understand. That's why the option buyers, it's very difficult to win, because they have to get 3 parameters right. यार भाई 3 छोड़ो, 1 parameter ही मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है market में. You know what happens today. I mean, the last 6 months, what's happening. So it is very difficult for you to buy a stock, and it's easy to buy a stock in futures compared to option, because it moves only 1/3. Unless all 3 parameters come and help you out, it's very difficult. So that's why I stick to futures. And futures, what I do basically, as I told you, my stops are always constant or it's very less. I don't take a trade where my mind doesn't allow me saying that, see, bhai, ye itna paisa risk kar sakte hain kya? Agar if I can risk the money, then only I take a trade. Let us say my risk is 3,000 rupees. I take the 3,000 risk only if mentally my mind allows. नहीं तो मैं just छोड़ देता है. I sit there like a, these tigers, I heard when they hunt for a tiger, some deer or something like that, they go hungry for 2-3 days. They will wait for the right hunt, and then only they will try to catch that particular stuff. It's very similar. I don't try to take any trade which doesn't fit my mind, saying that see, this is a risk. This risk, my mind should say, okay, bhai, it is in your risk profile, please take. Then I don't have a tension, because I know if I lose, ye itna jayega, I am fine with it. The problem happens, the fear happens, because you're not mentally, you're not in sync with that particular stop loss you're going to have. Always take trades when your the money should be syncing with your risk profile and with you mentally. Then you will have peaceful trading. Otherwise, it will always be like, you have your fingers on the mouse, Twitter पे कोई कुछ बोल रहा है इस stock के बारे में, all these things come. So if you just trade, you should be independent. You should know what you're entering into. You should have a strategy. You should have a rule. You should have a plan, and you should be able to walk the plan. And these are reasons why I feel that futures is better compared to options. And I have tried options. It's not that I have not tried options. I have tried options and failed many times, and then I stopped. Option selling यार बहुत कम किया है मैंने, बहुत कम किया है, and I was never successful. And there are boys, the young boys whom I see, they're doing very well. So it's all, it's not about what the other person is doing. It's all about what I can do. What's the point in me looking at somebody else and saying, उसने ये किया, उसने 14 लाख बनाया, 15 लाख बनाया. But see, I am not capable of doing that. I am capable of doing something else which I have edge. So I'll stick to that. So my edges in futures, I know how to manage my risk, and that gives me quick money, which my mind accepts, not peanuts. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, right. Naresh, this is a very good message you have given. Like we should understand our capabilities and where we have our edge and which is suit for our psychology that we should do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that understanding that is very important before becoming a trader or full-time trader, and then only we can become a good trader. Okay, so understanding about your trading style, I want to make it more simplified so everyone can understand. Um, can you please explain with the your strategy with small example? For example, I will give you one scenario. The stock XYZ is trading at 990 rupees. Now 1,000 rupees is a breakout level, maybe the previous high or something. If the 1,000 rupees breaks, then breakout. 1,050 is the resistant one, and 1,100 is the resistant two. Now stock is breaking 1,000 rupees with good volume. Now when you will sell, and what means, obviously in this case you will sell the stock right somewhere. So how you sell the stock and where you keep the stop loss, and what can be your target and how you define that?
Yeah. So, actually speaking, giving these kind of examples is very difficult to convince the other person because there's no chart involved. But in this case, where prices stock.
Naresh, this is only for the understanding purpose. And after that, you can explain with your recent trade. Okay. So, yeah. So that will help us a lot.
So, when a stock is at 990, I will see if at 990, if there is reasonable good support, as I told you, in 15 minutes and hourly. Let us say I check 15 minutes time frame, I check hourly time frame, and I find that there are a lot of common candles lows in that particular time segment. I might take a buy there. I will not go, wait for 1,000 to be shorted. I will go and short at 1,000 or 1,050 only if I am finding a valid resistance in the same method as per my charts. So the 1,000, see, the thing is 1,000, 1,050, 1,100. These are resistances on somebody else's chart, and everybody has got a resistance and support as per their beliefs and their charts. This is why we have a buyer and seller at every tick, right? So here the thing, the assumption is that I will buy at 990 provided in my charts I find some very good supports. Otherwise, I will not be buying. Then, if I want to sell, I will go and check. I see there is one more thing is that whole market scenario is very important. Let us say yesterday market was falling 200 points. When 200 market Nifty is falling, you don't go and take a long. You just try to be with the flow. See, we are here to make money. We are not trying to be heroes. So when the whole juggernaut is coming down, we should try to short, find probable shorts. So the higher chances of the shorts working. So those are not times. See, we should, in trading, you should always take the way of least resistance. Wherever there is least resistance, that is our way. We are not here to fight any resistance, fight any supports. But when you take this, so when whole market is falling, you try to short a stock. You don't try to go and buy, especially for trading. Investing I can still understand, but for trading you should not do that. You should always have the broad concept Nifty in mind. There are some people who tell you don't look at Nifty. No, you have to look at Nifty, because see, I'll tell you something. See, if Nifty is falling, most of the stocks will fall. That's why at that time you can see that around 70 to 80% of Nifty stocks are also down when Nifty is down 200 points. So at that time you look for shorts. You don't look for longs when the whole market is in red. So the same thing applies here also.
Yeah. So, Naresh, can you give some recent example of any stock you have bought or sold for the with the reason. So some people can relate with the chart.
Yeah, see, recently one of the support that we identified in Nifty was 17,540, 550, that particular band. So once the support, but the band was bit wide here because this was based in daily time frames. So, but the after such a big fall, usually from this areas, the stock, the Nifty has always given a very good bounce. So when once I had identified this particular level, I have traded this 4 or 5 times, like 100 points, 150 points, again 100 points. In fact, on the budget day, this went around 500 points. I could catch around 350 odd. I could catch. So this is one level which, see, the basic idea is you identify one level, let it be hourly or daily, and then trade it every single time till that particular band either breaks or doesn't break. We don't know, right? We don't know. Once you identify level, they say that once a band getting hit many times, it'll fall, it'll break. Maybe, right? So till it breaks, you can always trade and make money, right? So I use the same method here also. I identify the levels a few days back, and then once it came, I started buying from there. I every time it gives me 100 or 150 points, I exit. Again it came second time, but there'll be one time when the stock, the index might not come down, it'll go. So for that, what you do is you take multiple lots, and one lot you keep with the same stop loss there stationary. You don't exit that. You play with the other lots, the 100 points, so that the first lot that you're keeping constant can be used to trail the bigger moves at a later stage. This is what I do. So Nifty is one stock where I've been playing for last 3-4 days with this 3,550, that particular support level.
Okay. So, Naresh, so my question is like two parts to my question. So first is like you trade in both index and stock futures. Like if in stock futures, how do you select your stocks? And like second part is like in your trading, what is more important? Like the correct strategy that you are deploying, you're sticking to a strategy, or like it should return some profits. If the strategy is not making the profits, you should leave.
Okay. So, first question is, I do futures in stocks as well as index. I stocks, I have a watch list, and I'll tell you why I use that particular watch list. And as far as index is concerned, I prefer Nifty always, because the lot size is good, and because it's highly traded. See, TA is always, technical analysis is always respected when the volumes are high and it's highly traded stock. That's how it is. Where any stock which is highly traded, there's a huge volume, TA becomes more beautiful in those stocks or index. So I trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty. I trade Nifty more, and I have a list of stocks which I trade for. I have watch list of stocks which I use for trading. Trading. So I'll just let you know how I do that. See, I have around 20 stocks list, a watch list, which I use for trading purpose. I don't look anywhere else. Why I don't do that? Because see, let us say you have 20 stocks. Now, daily stocks go 6% up or 6% down. Okay, in any market, for example, even if markets are 200 points down, there will be stock which are 3 or 4% up, and there will be 6%, 10% stock which are down. But it's very difficult for you to identify which are the 6% up and 6% down beforehand, right? So let us say you have a 20 stocks list. Now try to take the trades in that particular 20 stock loss every single time, so that in that 20 stock list, if you get a 6%, 8% is coming, you will be in the trade. Because you cannot run after everything. So somebody on TV is selling something, somebody on Twitter is selling something, somebody talks about some sector. You cannot keep on running everywhere. You have to have one watch list and concentrate on them. And when you concentrate on 20 stock list, 10, or 20 or 10, you don't go beyond that. So you are aware of the levels correctly. You remember the old levels also, and it becomes very easy to trade. So you need to have a very good stock list of 20, so that which you can trade every time. So it should be highly traded stock. I mean highly liquid stock, so that bid ask is not a problem. Then it should be highly visible. Which everybody, FIA, DA, or retail, everybody trades, and it should be a preferably blue chip or large cap. I'll tell you the reason why. See, blue chip and large caps, when they go up, they trend and go up. But when they fall down, there's always buying, buying happening in the blue chips and large caps. So even if you're trading, there's a gap down, the stop gets absorbed. So try to have blue chips, large caps, well traded, and also small lots. Small lots, when you have multiple lots, easy to manage. If you have a 500 lot or 250 lot, it's easy to manage a particular in futures compared to one that you have 10,000. There's a gap down. You'll go through all problems. And also those 10,000 lots are usually not very liquid. Their bid and ask will be more compared to all this popular stocks. So this is why so you need to have a watch list of stocks and trade them. So this is the parameters that I use, and this is the method I use. So what was the next question, Manas?
The next question was like, in this, what is more important to you, like in trading? Like, is it the strategy part, like the strategy that you follow, or the profit that you should be making?
Yeah.
Like it should return continuous profit.
See, trading is actually, you should have a rule. Rules are, you make rules in futures, especially futures. The futures, you should have rules because they are derivative instruments. So if you get a stop loss, if you get a gap up or gap down, there'll be a big problem, right? So you should see that you have a strategy, you have a plan, you have a winning system. You follow your stop. For example, when I enter a futures trade, immediately, very next second it is executed, I put the stop loss order into that. I don't have, and I don't ever change it. If it's gone, it's gone, because that is as per my risk profile. That's one thing. Number two, when you do futures and futures trading, the big problem that everybody asks me is that if there's a gap up or gap down against you, what you do? Okay, this is a very important thing for retailers. Usually they panic and they exit. Never do that. Let us say you buy a stock, okay, you buy Reliance, next day there's a gap down, and gap down is below your stop loss levels. Wait for the first 5 minutes candle low to be taken out, or wait for the first 15 minutes candle to be taken out. But have a maximum stop loss in mind that you're going to put for that particular trade also. It doesn't mean you 5 minutes candle is so big that you lose 50k. No, that's not what I'm telling. What I'm telling is wait for the first 5 minute candle to low, the candle be taken out, or 15 minutes candle be taken out. Mostly what happens is that candle low is not taken out and the stock goes back. So either you can exit at cost, or you might even get a profitable trade. I have seen this happening many times. I have guided this to many people on Twitter, and they also watch for this. So this is one thing. Now, as far as you are saying about strategy and money, see, if you have a winning strategy, if you follow the rules every single time, if you follow your process every single time, if you have discipline, money will follow you like a slave. That's what is my understanding is. It's all about process. You have made a process for yourself. You have made a plan for yourself. Follow it to the T. Money will automatically come. You don't have to run after money. Process will lead you to money. Process will also see that you don't lose much, because you have spent so much of time testing and doing all these things. After that, you have a winning system, and then you go and ask Twitter somebody, "Kya lagta hai?" You should always ask yourself, chart kya bolta hai? That should be the right way. यहाँ वहाँ लोगों को जाके पूछो, यार ये फना स्टॉक का क्या लगता है? That will never give you money. That will never make you independent. If you want to be independent, have a system, have a process, be disciplined. Be brutal, be brutal in the markets are brutal to you. You should also be brutal, and follow that. Money will come. This is what I say. Like, you should have a strategy will lead to money.
Right. Naresh, usually I think in trading the important part is the risk. Right. So risk is the most important part, and which we have to handle carefully. Then reward is not in our hand. Like, we can put the stop loss. I can say like, yeah, I'm ready to lose. मुझे तो 2000 ही लॉस करना है, और वो ही मेरा कैपेसिटी है, तो मुझे 2000 के लिए मैं स्टॉप लॉस डाल सकता हूँ, मे बी विद एनी मेथड. That is in my control. The reward is not in my control. So I would say like risk is the most important part in the trading. But in future trading आता है तो लोगों को लगता है कि यार future is very risky. How do you reduce the risk? रिस्क को reduce करने के लिए क्या करते हैं आप?
Yeah, one is like, see, to reduce risk, I don't take trades which is not in my risk profile. Number one. Number two, I allow trades to come to me. I never chase a trade, even if the entire NSE traders are making money. There are days when market goes up 200 points, but unfortunately, for some reason, the my setup would not have come. I would not have been able to identify some supports in my stuff, or I would have missed. That happens, and I would not have made any money. But that's fine with me. See, the problem with intraday traders or future traders is that they have a feeling that because they are called intraday traders, you have to daily make money, which is a misnomer. You don't have to make money daily. You just need 3 or 4 very good trades in a week. Also, if I see my trading pattern as per my journal, if you see for last 10 years, I used to take so many trades. Now my trades have come down a lot. Like they reduce, but they become longer ones. Like, see, if I had taken 10 points, 20 points, 30 points trades, but once upon a time, and around 7 or 10 trades per day, now I would take two trades, which is longer, 100 or 150 points. So this is what happens. So the importance of waiting for the trade to come to you, and then use that, and use your risk profile, use your discipline, use your plan. What happens is, see, let us say today market has gone up. So when the euphoria happens, you hear one side that Adani Enterprises has gone up, ITC this is happening, Titan this is happening. So you also feel that euphoria coming in Nifty. Euphoria is good, but the thing is, see that it is as per your charts. See that it is fitting your risk profile. Otherwise, just sit till that stuff happens. All people don't make money daily. For example, in US, most of the traders, what they do is they just take 1 or 2 trades per day, and they just leave the place. They don't trade daily morning 9 to 3:30. They don't do that, because in this game of trading, the longevity is a very important issue, because it's a high stress job. Every single day is different, so you should not be uh, that's why I tell people, over a period of time, you should take lesser number of trades, longer trades, and peaceful trades. Not the, at one point of time, I used to my fingers used to be on the mouse when I used to trade. But those times have gone. I just take a trade, put the stop loss, and then I just put triggers and go and make a coffee or tea. So things have changed. So you have to wait for trades to come to you, and use your method every single time. You have made a winning system with a stop loss, which you used when you were back testing. So please do that during live hours also.
Yes. Naresh, here is one of the interesting question from Diman. He has posted here. I would like to ask that question to you. Suppose you have the same setup for 6 stocks, and you have, sorry, suppose you have the setup for 6 stocks at a single point of time. All the 6 stocks are giving signals, and you have to choose only one. How do you define that one, and what are the exclusion points for other five?
Yeah. Uh, Dr. Dimanji, I know him. He's from Calcutta. He's a very wonderful guy. So I understand his question. He says 6 stocks come, all of them have same setup. Which to pick? Now, my simple answer is two important things. One is risk reward ratio. It is not going to be exact same for all of them. Number one. Number two, path of least resistance. See that where the number of resistance are less. See that if a stock doesn't have any resistance, I mean, in the sense it is at all time high, that would be preferred, provided the risk reward is very good. So having this, you just look at risk reward ratio and the passive least resistance. If the passive least resistance is good, please go for that particular stock. Apart from this, Peter, there was one more question from one person called Vipin in Kerala. So he wanted to know, like, in day trading, what is the time frame I use? As I already told you, I use 15 minutes and hourly time frame combination, and see that where the common area candles are there, and I take a trade based on that. He has a second question. He is asking me, how are you able to trade futures when the future charges are very high? Now, my answer to this is, I think he has some, I don't know which broker he's using, but Paytm is charging, I think, around 15 rupees per lot.
Yes,
Yeah,
right,
1.5.
right.
Yeah, 1.5 is a very low brokerage. So if you're buying a future, it will be around 60 rupees or less than 60, 58 or something, 60 rupees, something like that. So 55 to 60, that would be your cost of one future lot to be traded. That will be the cost. This much you will out of this 15 rupees is what the brokerage is. The rest is charged by the government. So it is not about so the cost is this much. So you have to shell out 50 to 60 rupees to trade a futures. And I don't think this is a costly thing, given the technology involved, given the ease with which you do trading at home. Many other factors, the terminal, in front of you. So it is not a costly affair. Futures trading is as cheap as options trading, is my take. But for regular traders who trade daily, I would always ask people to go for a discount broker. Don't go with the other broker. The reason is, I'll tell you. See, there was a time, I'll tell you, maybe 2 years or 3 years back, when you used to hear daily problems with discount broker. But those times have gone. I am at the market full time. That's what I'm telling you. So now the incidence of this daily, frequent problems with hanging or some problem with the discount broker has come down a lot. They are much far better. They are stable now. So if you're a regular trader, please go with a discount broker, because the charges are very different. See, you pay 60 rupees or 55 rupees for one trade in discount broker. It is actually 4 or 5 times with a normal broker. You can just check it out. You can just check it out. The data is out there for you. You can ask anybody and check it out. So don't give so much of money. It's very difficult to make money up, because see, people don't believe that. See, people don't. They forget that the cost of doing business is also very important. The cost of business, when it, for example, if you take 60 trades in a month, you just calculate the difference. It's huge, huh? Really huge. So if you're a regular trader, if you're listening to this, please see that you take a brokerage from Paytm, because they have around 15 rupees stuff. And there are many other brokerages also. So up to your comfort, you can take them. Is what I have to say.
Yeah, maybe his question is, maybe what I understand, he may be trading with some of the discount broker. It can be anywhere. I am not promoting anything. So here, there may be his question. Maybe if I trade with the futures, then I have to give some brokerage, as you mentioned, at 60 rupees somewhere, right? Then options, maybe I have to give lesser. Maybe his thought. So how you justify the future? See, I would like to answer this question. So at the money options, delta is 0.5, right? So what happened, like if you're very good in your trade and you have your strategy and you have a faith in the trade, and if you buy the Nifty future, every 1 rupee upside moves, you will get 1 rupee. But if you buy at the money call, you will get only 50 paisa when the Nifty moves by 1 rupee. And there is some time decay also. So what happened, like in that case, you have to buy two options, right? Or if you are selling, then you have to sell the two options. The margin also more required, and the cost also increase. If you see the gain is both in the both the places the same in the futures and option. I hope I have answered this question.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So means you have to do more trading in options compared to future, because future gives the faster movement. But yes, there is a risk side also the same. If the market goes down, then there is a chance of losing also more. That is also possibility. But if you take the more trade, then obviously you have to give the more brokerage. Yeah. So both are, in short, is the same. We can say. Okay. Anyway, so Manas, is there any other questions by audience?
Yeah, so one question is from, let me check once. Yeah. Yeah, so from Mohan, like how to find out trend based on data? Like which data we need to follow?
Data means, what data is he talking about?
I think market data and candlesticks, or you just mentioned data. So charts.
Yeah.
I think, yes, there are many questions, Naresh, but some questions are not related to today's topic or not explained properly. There's one question: how do you do bottom picking using Fibonacci? Are you doing with
No, I don't.
this question?
As I told you, I use only price. That's why I've named my system as Virgin Price Action. I don't use any of the other indicators. See, the problem with indicators is, see, I have used indicators. I've lived with indicators for months. But whenever I see some data, for example, let us say I get some indicators. I get RSI, I get ADX, I get something else. So what I do is I take CCI. I take one indicator. I live with it for 1 month. After 1 month, I check whether it is really good, like what they are claiming, or is it good for me? Is it I am able to make money or not? If it is not, I'm not. If I am not able to do it, somebody else is do it. What's the use? If I am not able to do, I just discard that particular indicator. But after a point of time, I realized that all the indicators are derivatives of price. See, from price only, these are derivatives, and it is always delayed. So I wanted something which is instant, where I can take small stop loss and get into trade. That's why I use price action, where I don't use any of this stuff. And now, as I told you, my low picking skill is purely based on price. It's not based on anything else.
Yeah, great. Naresh, okay. So we have spent a lot of time, and I enjoyed discussing with you. So it was a nice session and very informative. So do you have any final advice for our audience? So what need to do and don'ts, and many things. Many people think like they want to become a full time trader. What is your advice for them? Can you please give some advice?
I think I have spoken about all the aspects of how I trade futures, but like I make the watch list. What are the reasons for picking those stocks? How I use 15 minutes and hourly to identify levels. How I keep a stop loss. Then when a stock goes up, uh, there are two things you can do. Either you can exit at a target, or you can trail. I usually trail because you don't know where stock going to give you 20 points, 50 points, 100 points. So I always trail a stock. I never exit a stock because nobody knows like what a stock can give. So I always trail. Now, one very important thing which I have not talked about is buffer. See, let us say you buy a stock at 1,000 rupees. You keep a stop loss at 998 rupees. You should understand that a future segment when a trade is being traded by millions and millions of people in on national stock exchange. So for you, 2 rupees would be very important. But for a HNI or a DIA or a FII, this particular 2 rupees is nothing for him. He can even keep 5 rupees or 10 rupees stop loss. So avoid keeping stop loss very near to your support levels. It will get hit for sure. I see people keeping option 3 rupees. I see people doing futures 5 rupees stop loss. These are all will get hit. So you should identify a strong support level and have proper buffer, and below the buffer only you should be keeping the stop loss. That's very important. So then what I need to tell most of people is regarding I'll tell you is it's not advice, basically it's my experience, what I have gone through. So first of all, understand that trading is a very lonely game. It's not a group activity. So there's no point in going and sitting with WhatsApp group members or other members and just taking out individual trades, or go and sit with some on Twitter taking random trades. If you do these things, you will not make money. You will make 1,000 rupees today, you will make 2,000 rupees tomorrow, day after tomorrow you will lose 5,000 rupees. Next day again it is rinse repeat, and end of the month you will be losing big amount of money. So trade independently, have your charts. If you don't know charts, don't trade, invest. Because in trading you need to know technical levels, because market moves as per technical levels in short term. So you should know technical levels for trading. Without that, don't attempt trading, is what I would say. Then very important to risk, because risk is what keeps us alive. If I had not followed my risk, I would not have been in the market today. I am very disciplined. My dad was in Air Force, so that's why I'm very disciplined, to be fact. So I'm very risk averse kind of person, and I give a lot of respect to risk, so that even if I get few wrong, the remaining I have money to trade the remaining trades to make money. Then always keep your risk very minimal. Don't try to allow it to balloon. Use stop loss in the system. There are people who don't put stop loss in the system. They keep it in their mind. No, it will not work. You put it in the system so that you don't change it. Okay. Then one important problem is that, see, People think that stock market is solution for everything. Your boss is not good, go to stock market. You have a problem with your wife, go to stock market. You don't have money to buy a new SUV, go to stock market. You are irritated with your work, go to stock market. This is ये नहीं चलता यार. Stock market is very rosy, very sexy, very colorful from outside, but it is very, very brutal from inside. I'm telling you, I'm being very honest. It is very, very tough making money initially, but you reach that particular nirvana stage over a period of time. But it takes years and years of toil, sleepless nights. So don't think that you will get overnight rich here. See, you might see people posting 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs, 25 lakhs, 1 crore. Arey yaar, unko karne do na yaar. You do what you can, right? See, Krishna had how many wives? I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 wives he had. But we have, with one wife, we are finding it difficult. So we all have our own capacities, So try to be in your capacity and do things. So be consistent trader. Thoda banao, lekin in a very proper, थोड़ा डेली बनाओ या फिर हफ्ते में 3 बार बनाओ. ऐसा ट्रेडर बनो. ये नहीं कि आज 5 लाख कमाया, कल 1 करोड़ गया, फिर 50 lakhs बनाया, फिर 2 करोड़ गया. This is very mentally exhausting. Don't do that. Don't try to attempt that. One important thing which will make you a very good trader is observation skills, which is nobody talks about this. Observation means, see, you should understand what if you are using an indicator, what the indicator does. If you're using price, you should understand how price reacts at different levels, at a moving average, at a certain level, or wherever it is. So if you observe that, you will understand how market behaves. It's like this, see, you get introduced to a girl, she's a girlfriend, and then you don't know her, right? Over a period of time only, you know what she likes, what she doesn't like, what's her wants, everything for that matter. So in the same way, market will speak to you once you become friends with market. For that, you have to look at markets, observe markets over a period of time. Slowly, you will get this realization. Aisa chalta hai. There are a lot of things, even I get after many years. Like it was there, but I could not figure it out. So after many years only, you realize many things. So do this back test. Then one important thing is no messiah is going to come and save you. Let me tell you. Okay, you have to, if you want to be a good trader, if you want to make money, you sit with your charts, you burn sleeping oil, night oil with, and test your charts, avoid IPL and other all kind of nonsense, and sit with your charts, work on it, make a system for yourself that works on your temperament and which you are comfortable to execute, and stick with it. That's the only way. No messiah is going to come and give you the holy grail, because it doesn't exist. I am telling you the 15 years experience. Now, very important thing is fear and greed. People always have fear. How to do this? How to avoid fear? You take a trade. Okay, the stop loss is 3,000 rupees. Okay, you tell yourself, bhai, mera ye trade, it's a good trade as per my parameters. I will, if I take from here with 3,000 stop loss, I might make around 10,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. 1:1 or 1:2. Always try to attempt 1:3. It's always good. But even if it is 1:1, fine. Initially 1:1 is also fine. So tell yourself that, see, I am going to lose 3,000 this trade. Then you will not have fear. Do this. Tell yourself, if this goes wrong, I am not bothered. I will take another trade of 3,000 rupees. I have so much of capital. I can keep on taking 3,000 rupees trades, many. So I'll keep my stop loss less, and I will trade with this 3,000 rupees stop loss where I can make money. So do this to reduce fear. If you have 99% traders have fear. This is one way of reducing fear. Trust me, I have used this. Second important thing is greed. Fear and greed. Now, greed, how do you do that? Greed is, everybody wants to make money very quickly. But what you do is, let us say you buy a stock at 1,000 rupees. Okay, the stock goes to 1,020 rupees. Keep a trailing stop using a system, not with your mind, not with money. You should not say, okay, मैंने 1,000 रुपया block कर दिया, मैंने 1,500 block कर दिया. ऐसा मत करो. Use let us say you are trading in hourly time frame. Take a 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 15 minutes moving average, whichever moving average you want, and trail using that particular moving average. So let us say stock goes 20 rupees, you are trailing with 10 rupees. Stock goes to 25 rupees, you are trailing at 20 rupees. So you are trailing. So you are controlling your greed and you are ready to accept whatever market gives. If you do this every single time, that's what I'm saying. Every single time, use this approach for every stock trading or nifty trading you are going to use. There will be instances where the complete gains will go off, but it's okay. But ultimately, you will win if you have a winning system. So use stop loss for fear and use trailing stop loss to greed. You can get rid of both these things, which are the strongest of emotions in human beings after maybe politics or religion. This is fear and greed is a very important thing. So And also always learn from mistakes that you make. Write down a book of paper. Never repeat mistakes in stock market because it's very costly. Ultimately, a small thing is try to meditate regularly. Meditation will bring a sea of change in your trading activity, because this trading activity is highly mind oriented. There are a lot of feelings we go through, and when you meditate over a period of time, you can control your mind, you can control your feelings. This fear and greed will stop there, and markets will become a slave of your system. So meditate regularly. That will solve many of your problems. That's all, Preeta.
Yeah, that's a great, Naresh, great lesson for the new traders and everyone, even for
Yeah.
me. I enjoyed. So people say after some point of time, means I spoke with many traders, full-time traders. They usually say after some point of time, trading is boring, and traders should have some sense of humor, and you have a lot of sense of humor, and it's fun talking to
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I enjoyed. Here, there is one good question. I mean, it's not a question. Like I would say, like it's just for a fun. Someone has wrote like Narasimha Murthy, I think. Here, any differentiator between shiny knives and rusty knives? Yes, Narasimha Murthy, there is a difference. Both are very harmful, and rusty was more harmful. And if you handle carefully, then obviously you can make profit in the market. So it's fun talking to our audience and what they feel, and this is the way we have to learn,
Yeah.
right? The fun and learning should go
Yeah.
together. That's a great, and yes, we should be more patient and practical, and we should manage our risk as Naresh has mentioned, and more importantly, lose what you afford to lose. I repeat, lose what you afford to lose. This is very important message as a summary I am giving from like Naresh's discussion. So put the stop loss what you can afford to lose. Maybe you are afford to lose 5,000 rupees, then put a stop loss. But your system says the stop loss should be 8,000 rupees and you have only 5,000 rupees. Don't take that trade. If you take that trade, then you will give just brokerage to broker and you lose your money. That's it. So if you want to make money along with other factors like giving the brokerage and everything, then you should have the proper strategy and proper risk management. Then you can be successful in the market. Yes, thank you very much, Naresh, for joining us, and thank you all the audience, lovely audience, for joining us. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Naresh.
Thank you. And
Thank you. Thank you,
thanks.
Manas. Yes, Naresh, you were saying something.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
it was a big crowd, so I thank all those guys who have come over here, and special thanks to Peter, Manas, and Harsh. Harsh has put a lot of hard work into this, contacting me for last 3 months, and we went through a lot of talks. I usually don't do this, so Harsh came talking, so it was a long process. Anyway, thanks to the entire team of Paytm and all the listeners who have been with me. Thanks a lot. And if you have any doubts regarding the system per se, you can DM me on Twitter. I can help you with the system doubts. You can DM me on Twitter.
Yeah, great. So,
Thanks,
guys, you
Naresh.
can
Thanks.
DM or you can follow. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend. We'll meet next Friday with another guest at the same time. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
thanks.
much.